Hi everybody, it's Tina Plakinger. Thanks for joining me today. Yeah, this is what I didn't want to do, get into making videos and the hair's not right, well, let's throw on a do-rag and the lighting, and then the air conditioner just went on. And I don't know, for people who don't make videos, I don't know if you realize how much goes into making videos. I mean, I got prompted today that I was supposed to do this, so that's cool, and I'm all right with it. But anyways, hello. I didn't think I'd be making a video this soon after the last one, but here I am. I was walking the dog this morning, and the neighbor almost ran me over. And this isn't like the first time that I've had people try to scare me and intimidate me and pretend they're going to run me over. It's not the first time. There's definitely vehicular harassment on the road when I walk my dog. 5 minutes I'm out there, 5 minutes. And that 5 minutes is so important to them. It's like they wait around the corners, and I mean, they all know I'm coming out the door. And I pick different times. Well, I don't really pick the different times. It just ends up that, different times in the morning. And it's always the same thing. But this guy was on the other side of the road. I was walking way on the other side of the road, okay? Really close, right on the shoulder with the dog. And he came toward me and deliberately, purposely, went way over the middle of the road and came at me, and he really, honest to God, he was 2 feet away from us. And he had a really big, pretty red truck with a huge, really pretty chrome grill, okay? I just remember seeing that truck, on occasion lately and thinking, what a pretty truck. Okay, so that's why I'm saying. But this is what happened this morning. And I took out Treading on Serpents, okay, and I ended up turning to September 20th, which I know isn't today, but the Holy Spirit was guiding me, all right? Like I told you last time, it keeps giving. This is how it is. Okay. On the top of the daily reading, I have, most people have no idea that there are groups of extremists stalking regular people. Most people don't know that. They live their lives and they don't know. Adversaries who control people's lives through intimidation. And that's what that was today. That was intimidation. That was intimidation. Yeah. That was something that was done on purpose to give me a message. Okay? But at the bottom of the reading for every day is like a prayer or something like that. This is what it says. Today I will get out and do something different for myself. Well, I don't. I do the same thing every day, okay? And walking the dog is a really important thing. That 5 minutes changes, her life. Okay. I will not react to their psychological torment, but rather wear the experience like a loose garment. Okay. I will not react to their psychological torment. Well, that's what it is, nobody wants to have a debate. Nobody wants to discuss anything. Everything is a psychological game. It's a game. Okay, that meant something. Well, what did that mean? Did that mean we don't want you on the road in the morning? Did that mean we don't want you here? You need to get out of here? Did that mean you better shut your mouth and not practice your First Amendment right? Or we will murder you, we will kill you, and we have earth-moving equipment, so we'll bury your ass too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know what that meant, but it was definitely a message that was not nice. So, and Jesus said, wear the world like a loose garment, wear it like a loose garment. Well, I didn't wear it like a loose garment, I flipped the guy off. I flipped him off, and I kept flipping for about 20 seconds to make sure he saw me. And now I feel like I'm sorry that I did that. I mean, yeah, I'm feisty. Everybody knows that I grab my crotch and I do all kinds of sign language because they understand sign language, okay? And nobody talks to me. It's all nonverbal. They're mind games. It's evil. It's evil. And by doing that as a reaction, I mean, that was real, that was just, came natural, okay? Made me at his level, because see, the thing is that, I don't know if you guys have watched the Charlie Kirk assassination and all the coverage and the funeral and all the speakers and just all of it. I don't know if you guys are into it. I never knew who Charlie Kirk was. I'm too old, okay? If I was in my 20s and 30s, I would have known who he was, but I did not know. And boy, I know him now, and I know him real well, and it's very sad that he was practicing his First Amendment right and got shot in the neck and killed. It's not like I make my videos and I gossip or lie. I'm talking about my life, what actually happens to me in my life, what goes on. And it's important that I practice my right to free speech, which is the First Amendment, But, people seem to, like recently, Charlie Kirk got killed over it. So, yeah, I watched him. He was debating with a transgender college student. I don't know what it was, if it was a man or a woman being a man, or I'm not sure. But he had said to him, something or other he was saying, and then he said to the transgender, he said, I would just hope that you would be able to be happy with how God made you. And it was amazing because, and there are people that are of the dark that hated this guy, but to me, I saw Jesus. That was something I never thought that was going to come out of his mouth with this transgender student who was debating him. Okay, and that's what he said, and it was so Christ-like, and his wife was on stage in front of hundreds of thousands of people that gathered, okay, and she said that the Lord, when he was hanging on the cross, he said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And so she said, and this young man, that my husband was all about helping. These were the people that he helped. He got killed by one of the people that he actually was trying to help. And she forgave him. She forgave the assassin. I mean, he's in Utah, and they have the death penalty in Utah, and there are people that want the death penalty for this guy. He's the son of a retired law enforcement cop. Okay? And actually, that's who turned him in, was his dad. So what a hard thing that must be for that man as well, But anyways, I just thought, that's, when she said that she forgave the assassin who killed her 31-year-old husband and left her with 2 kids, she's now the CEO of Turning Point USA, which is like a conservative movement for the younger generation who is learning nothing but woke stuff in universities. But anyways, when she forgave him, there wasn't a dry eye in that whole stadium. It choked me up, you know, and so it's like, yeah, I could be a little bit more, you know, like Charlie myself, you know. Yeah, be a little bit more Christ-like, you know. Wear things like a loose garment and forgive. So, anyways, that's where I'm at today. So, anyways, I just don't know if anybody saw that, but that was very moving, this whole, you know, it was on all day on Sunday. So, but yeah, the morning walks with the dogs, they're important. My little 14-year-old went away 3 months ago, and she was 98, okay, and she was with me for 12 years. And so I had to be an adult and be big about things. And I did. I did good. I did good with that whole thing. I really did. And then when I sat back and thought about how she's not here anymore, she was the little white one, okay? Not really my style of a dog. We were okay with each other, but I took very good care of her. She was high maintenance. She was left on the side of the road. And I prayed for a dog, and then that one came along. You got to be a little bit more specific when you pray for things, I think. You know, I prayed for my own piece of land with a home on it, and I ended up here. So sometimes I think in our prayers we have to be a little bit more specific. But when I think about her, I took very good care of her. You know, I did everything right and all of that. So when she died, she was 98 in human years, and she was in better shape than she was when she was 60 in human years, because I walked her every morning. Rain, shine, humidity, you know, ice cold, it didn't matter. You know, we did that 5-minute walk. And so, anyways, I found a new dog. It came in my yard. I don't know if it was planted there. I don't know, and I don't care. But anyways, so I have 2 dogs, and one is young and vivacious, the one that was very sick that came in my yard and needed help desperately. The other one is the old pit bull that grew up with the little white one. And so I think that the Lord put this new one in our lives specifically for the old pit bull. Because when the old pit bull, who showed up at the front gate with mange about, 12 years ago, when she came, Vinilla was already here, the little white one. So, you know, she didn't have to be alone. She would have been really alone. You know, dogs grieve. And this young, wild dog, you know, I dedicated my book to Mama and Pretty Girl, and there's a picture of them. They were 2 industrial junkyard dogs that I ended up with, okay? She is both of these 2 guys in one, and a little smaller. She got that same thing in her. It's amazing. So, but anyways, okay, I just wanted to, you know, share. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate my channel. You know, I appreciate all the comments that you guys left for me and all that with the last video. Thank you. And I will see you again. I don't know when, but we'll do it. Okay, bye.